What are you doing, making jam?
Yeah, that was you that came in. Did you get the mail?
I did not get the mail.
Oh, okay.
So what do you have in the pot here?
That's raspberries.
That's frozen.
Frozen raspberries? How much?
It's about 2.5 pounds.
2.5 pounds.
2.5.
5 pound bag is right there.
Out of a 5 pound bag of...
I guessed when I took half of them out.
Oh, took them out of that, huh? Frozen raspberries.
Right.
Frozen raspberries.
2.5 pounds, half of a 5 pound bag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully that's about what it is. I guess.
And then you're gonna boil your jars for a little while?
Yeah, and then I boil the lids for them too.
Oh.
Those berries have to be squashed.
And the sugar has to be put in.
Oh, so it's just getting started.
There's the sugar that I'll get to.
We'll be using sugar gel lids over the bottles, and this thing here is I put the bottle on for the jam in.
All right, sounds good. Well,
this lifts the hot bottles out of that pan.
So it's 12:30 and you're just getting started. So you got it on medium over there to thaw them out?
I put them on high.
And what are you doing? Preparing some sugar?
Yeah, I gotta put
7 cups.
7?
7 cups.
7 cups of sugar.
7 cups of sugar to 2.5 pounds of frozen
And then the
raspberries.
Got to boil the lids.
This is 4.
And then how much of the sugar gel are you going to put in there? Just one
One
box?
box of sugar gel.
6.
And then probably 9 half pints.
That's how much it'll make? 9 half-pint jars?
It looks like there's 10 in there, but it might be 10.
I always boil an extra bottle.
You're just getting started and it's 12:30 and
Wait
So
for the berries to thaw out.
we'll come back after the berries thaw out and get mashed up.
Normally I'll put the berries in the pot and leave them thaw out, which might take anywhere from 20 minutes to half hour. And if I want to hurry it up, I turn the pot on and thaw them out as quicker that way.
So you thawed them out and you started to squash them, and now the time is 12:35 roughly. So it didn't really take too long to heat them up and
No, and what you do
start
is
squashing them.
wear a mitten when you're crushing them, just so you don't burn yourself.
So the debate now is it 7 cups of sugar or is it 9 cups of sugar?
7 cups of sugar, raspberry, cooked jam, 7 cups of sugar.
So the debate now is it 7 cups of sugar or is it 9 cups of sugar?
7 cups of sugar, raspberry, cooked jam, 7 cups of sugar.
Well, I guess he told you.
Told me.
You made this jam a million times and you forgot how much sugar went in there?
Yeah. Reading the wrong directions, getting old.
After the berries are crushed, put in a package of sugar gel before it boils.
And that, so now we're at 12:39, 12:40 roughly, and you're putting in some sugar gel
Before it boils.
before it boils.
And mix it in with the crushed berries.
After you poured in the sugar gel, you cranked it back up to...
We got it back up to about 8 or 9 rather than 10.
Okay.
It's already starting to boil.
Once it starts to boil, you got to keep mashing on it?
I keep mashing it for a while. Mark, would you get me some butter?
And what does the butter do? You're going to put...
Put a little bit of butter in here. That forms a scum after it's boiled. I'll put a dab of butter like that.
Perfect.
And what does that do? The butter?
It forms a scum on the berries after they boil. And then before I take them out and pour them in the bottles, I scrape the scum off over by the bottles.
So how long do you think you're going to mash them and boil them for?
Well, pretty soon I want my spoon.
This one?
Yeah, that's the one. Now I need my mittens back now. The reason I put my mitt on, because as it boils, it splashes.
All right.
Now,
So
now I stir.
Now you're stirring, you're about
Stir pretty constantly.
12 minutes into the process, and you're stirring, and you have the sugar gel in there.
And a
And
dash of butter.
It's not a pat of butter, and it's not quite boiling yet. Eh?
When
Just bubbling a little bit.
When I stop, it'll bubble. You see this, Jim? See what the butter does?
Yeah,
Puts that scum on it.
and that's good.
Well, that's what you want to get out of the berries.
Oh.
So that's what you want to get out of the sugar, when you want the sugar.
How long do you boil it before you put the sugar in?
A full minute, when you can't, a good minute of boiling.
So that foamy stuff around the edge is
Yeah,
what you're looking to create?
yeah, you do that because then, in the end, you'll take it all out of there and put it in a dish and throw it away.
Well, now you really got it boiling good.
Yeah.
I'm not asking for the sugar.
Look at the clock. It looks like you've been doing it for about, the whole process has been going on for about 15 minutes, huh?
Turn the heat down 1/4, like on number 7.
Yeah,
Now you can put the sugar in here.
Now here comes the sugar at
7 cups all at once.
7 cups all at once.
Yep.
About 50.
Come on.
I didn't think I put
there 7 in there?
I don't think there's 7 in
Yeah,
there.
there's 7 in there. Go ahead, put it
I
in
don't
there.
think so.
Sure there is.
There ain't enough.
That was your own. That was the only job you had, was to measure the sugar out.
Yeah, and I did.
Didn't look like it.
Didn't look like it.
No.
No, she was probably slacking.
That's close enough though, Mark.
That'll be close
I
enough.
can give you another shot. Just a
That's
shot.
gonna have to do. We'll see. Hope it doesn't ruin it. All that work for nothing.
It won't ruin it. It won't be that.
It won't,
It won't be as sweet as normal.
and it won't gel. I don't think is easily with less sugar. Are you gonna add a little extra dose now?
Yeah, I always, as a general rule, this is the oil I use.
You gotta keep stirring to make sure that the sugar doesn't leave one big lump like this.
Yeah. So you keep breaking it down.
Yeah, by stirring.
All right. So the sugar's in the pot, and it's
Now you gotta bring it back to a full boil for 1 minute. Or a little bit more.
that's it. Just a minute, huh?
It'll take a while before it starts.
All right. We'll wait and come back after the jam is boiling. So, what do you have to say about jam making there, Margaret Hosking? In all your infinite wisdom and years of experience.
Sure, it's nice when people like to take it.
Yeah.
Get it free for doing a job for me.
So you use it as a bribing
I
tool,
use it as a bribing tool, yeah.
and it works
It works good.
every time.
Even on in the neighborhood.
Good. Well,
Boy, I'll
what
tell you.
do you think about your head chef over there?
Well,
Is he worth keeping around?
yeah, he's doing a good job.
Not going to plan on replacing him anytime soon.
No, but he's gonna have to start writing the directions down better for me so I don't make a mistake on the sugar again. I always
Okay.
remember that one.
All right.
It's just to say 9 cups of sugar.
So is it boiling over there yet?
That's it.
Not yet.
It'll take a while.
Oh yeah, looking very very dark red. Very dark red. But these are boiling over here, the jars, huh?
Yeah, well,
Just
they've
starting
been-
to
yeah.
just starting to get hot.
Well, they were in the dishwasher, so I just reheated.
And so looks like you've been at this now about
About half hour,
18 minutes.
18 minutes. It's not bad. Yeah.
No, not bad. Moving right along, the jam production
I had
facility.
all this stuff set up for him before he came in here.
Oh, you did all the work before he got you. So
Well,
you're the
I
prep.
did the setup, yeah, the prep.
You do the prep work.
Yeah,
Then he comes in and takes all the glory.
yeah, he stirs it off.
I get it. All right.
Then I burn my hands turning the lids on.
Now after all the sugar is melted, I turn the heat back up almost to high. And keep stirring. Make sure all the sugar is melted. And I stop. You can see it starting to come.
Rob, you can carry it to the table over here for him. This
Sure.
is pretty heavy.
I can do something. Do I get a jar of jam if I carry the pot?
Yes, you
Oh.
carry the pot.
Well, that's a bargain. Okay, now we got to come back and say, what did you just do? You
I turned it up to high.
why? Because it
And
wasn't
as
going.
soon as it started boiling, I got to turn it down. Otherwise, it'll splash all over the stove.
But you were a little impatient, so you cranked it up to high.
Yeah.
All right. And so once these bottles are boiled up, you're just gonna pluck them out of there and set them aside.
And fill them up. And
Fill them up with the boiling hot jam when you're all when it.
See, when this boils, it'll start forming that ring of light
Foamy scum
foamy
around
scum
the edge.
like. Yeah, and that I'll have to take off before I put the jam in the bottles.
What would happen if you left it in there?
It has a tendency to ruin the if you leave it in there, the jam will go poor quick.
Wow. Usually, but the jam usually doesn't last around here long enough to go pour, right?
No, but there's always some scum that'll get left in there. You never get it all out.
Okay. Oh yeah, now it's boiling.
Now you see the scum forming.
Yep. And so now you got it at a rolling boil. How long is it going to boil for?
Well, at least a minute.
At least a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. So now you're
Now I turn it down a little bit.
you're 20 minutes into the
Otherwise it'll splash.
process. Once you got a good rolling boil, you turn it down a little bit to keep it from splashing.
Yeah.
And are those jars going to be done in time?
Yeah, they'll be done.
Okay.
Just put them through the washer already.
they're going to here.
Yeah.
And once I leave it sit too long, in the back over here,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to, I want to make sure they're boiled.
Yeah. They're not quite boiling, but that water looks pretty hot, right?
That's hot.
That's hot enough to make them sterilized.
Yeah, we already washed them in the washer.
Is my little things boiling there?
Not yet.
Not yet, okay. Boiling the lids.
You're going to warm up the lids now to get the lids started right when you're about ready to pluck those jars out of there.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so you took it off the stove now, and from the beginning of the process, you took it off probably after a few minutes of boiling. You've been doing it now for 23 minutes. And now you're going to skim that stuff off the top there, huh? You're going to eat that stuff on your toast anyway, right?
Mm.
You're not going to throw that away, are you?
Yeah,
That's just garbage.
that'll be garbage.
Did you ever try to taste it to see if it was any good?
No.
So the skimming process begins, and you're heating up some,
Lids.
warming up the lids, and you got the glasses. These must be ready to come out by now. Okay?
Yeah.
All right. You want me to move them for you, or are you just going to
No,
take them one at a
I'll
time?
take one at a time.
I see. I'm just going to bring them over here. And the idea is just to get them nice and almost boiling at least, hey? Sterilized.
Well, sterile, that's all I care about, because I don't.
Now you don't do the double boiling technique where you, after you pour them full of jam, that you boil the jars again, hey? And that's probably because they're pretty hot while you're putting it all together, right?
They don't last long enough to worry about.
To worry about going bad, huh?
Right. I always put 9 there because.
So you can put 10 there, but you
Well,
expect to fill up about 9?
Yeah, about 9.
All right.
Never get all the scum out.
Never get all the scum off,
No, there's always some left in there, a little bit.
but you got a little bit out of there, huh? Yeah, quite a bit out of there actually.
Yeah, some of the jam with it, but that's all right. It's important to get the scum, as much of the scum off.
Why don't you let that cool and see if it gels up?
No,
See what it tastes like when it's done.
No.
Might be good.
it could very well be because it's got jam mixed with it.
Yeah.
But I don't do that.
You know, you like to just send it down and drain.
Yep.
All right.
He has his own routine.
Has his own routine. Don't mess with it.
Don't mess with Mr. in between.
All right. Otherwise, what happens if you mess with him during the process?
Well,
You get the wrath.
Yeah, I get my name called out and I lose my job.
You'll lose your job as as prep
putting,
queen of the jam process?
Yeah, I put the finishing touches on it, and I get fired for doing it if I don't do it right, the way he wants it.
Oh, I see. He's particular then.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I got it.
So now the lids look nice and warm in the pot.
Where's my
ladle?
scooper, Mark?
Right there.
So now you're using the measuring cup, and you're gonna. Here, why don't we start like this?
Yeah.
And you stay close to the one that's being filled, hey? Alright.
Like that. Screw it tight.
So you're leaving about a ½ inch above the top of that. You try to avoid putting any jam on the very top so that it doesn't interrupt the seal of that ring, I assume.
We got a strawberry festival in Tronic today.
Yeah?
I would like to go.
So does the consistency of that seem about right to you compared to the last times you've made it?
Yep.
Sure seems fine to me. I'm here.
And how long before do you think the lids will start snapping shut?
Oh, probably 20 minutes, half
Oh,
hour.
that quick, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, since this video was made for Kara, you guys got any words for her before I end this video?
I do. Next time you come to town, let's go and get some more berries and have Uncle Rob and Grandpa and me, and we'll make you a batch, and you can haul them back to New York and sell them.
Oh.
You'll make good money if you sold them.
Ah,
When you go to a fair, they cost you $6 to buy a bottle.
Is there some intellectual property value here where there might be like a secret recipe exposed, some
No.
trade secrets that have been divulged in this video, or is this?
We took the video or the recipe right from the Sure Gel box.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
So you just do it
And
according to
we've
it?
done it ever since, and it's been successful.
All right. What about you, Dad? You got any last words of wisdom for Kara?
Clean up your mess.
You gonna clean up the mess?
Yep.
Don't forget to clean.
Yeah, because if you leave the jam on the pots and they're too long, they're hard to clean.
So is this recipe a secret recipe?
No.
No.
No?
Anyone
No.
can have it.
It's just one that way we do it, that's all.
Just make sure you get a good person to help you with it, because it's a little tedious if you have to do it alone. So.
Ah. Are you saying something about Dad?
No. No, because a lot of women will make it by themselves, but it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
You have to be running from one thing to the other.
I know. I make it at home by myself. I know it's a lot of work. All right. Well, you can wave goodbye to Kara.
Wave goodbye, Kara. Hope you have good luck, and I hope you have fun over in wherever you're going. I don't even remember. You told me so many times, but I'll call you later.
All right.
Now you have to leave them seal themselves.
So the whole process took you from 12:30, even partially cleaned up, to really only about a half hour to do the whole thing.
Eventually, they'll seal themselves.
Yeah?
You hear them popping.
All right.